A little bit about me. I'm an actress, a singer, an entrepreneur, and I have single-handedly kept 90% of all gossip websites in business.
It's no secret that most Disney child stars go from being raised in the spotlight to being dragged down by their shadows. Lindsay Lohan is one of those fallen stars. But what caused her to stumble into the dark and unhappy life she's drowning in? And could her parents have helped prevent that? That's all in today's episode. So stick around, subscribe to the Rumour Juice channel, and don't forget to hit the notification button for more videos about your favorite stars. At just the young age of 3, Lindsay seemed to have been born for the screen, modeling for fashion brands like Calvin Klein and Abercrombie. She was undeniably the cutest face the camera had ever seen, and the proof was in the pudding. After her performance in The Parent Trap, the Hollywood streets could not stop praising the young actress, with her director boasting that there was something about her that leapt up at you and pulled you in. But behind all the praises, the young star was dealing with the weight she could have never known would affect her growing up. While she was busy playing the role of sisters who brought their split-up parents together, she was experiencing the opposite at home. Her father was arrested for insider trading, which started an on-and-off battle of her parents' separation. Lindsay felt torn between her two parents. Imagine being that young and having such a heavy weight on your shoulders. But this was just the beginning of little Lindsay's struggles. Her father's first arrest was one of many to come. He was arrested multiple times for an attempted assault of her mother and brother, as well as driving under the influence. These constant arrests meant more time in prison and less time with his family, leaving his baby girl to grow up without him. Something she mentioned in her open letter song to her dad, Confessions of a Broken Heart. I dream of another you, the one who would never, never leave me alone to pick up the pieces. Daughter to father, I'm crying, a part of me is dying. Was this where it all started? Did her father's absence add to her downfall? It's hard not to think so. With her dad barely around and being the oldest of 4 kids, little Lindsay felt pressure to take the role of a substitute parent. A weight that must have been heavy for her, as the only parent present in her life had a reputation for not being the best role model. Lindsay's mom had a reputation for drinking excessively and was even under fire for partying with her child star. Many saw her as not having her daughter's best interest at heart, but rather exploiting the girl's fame. In fact, both parents have been accused of using their daughter's image for their own personal gain. While Lindsay was going through a tough time, her father was focused on pocketing $1 or $2 from her misery. He sold information to the tabloids about his daughter, specifically a recording he had made of a phone call between him and his little girl. On the call, an emotionally frantic Lindsay accuses her mother of being in a state of having taken an illegal substance. Later, a regretful Lindsay admitted that her mother was actually not intoxicated at all and that she lied about it to spite her. I knew what was the one thing that would trigger her and set her off or hurt her, she said. But why would she do that? Was this Lindsay's cry for help? A way to get back at her parents for her negligent childhood? Either way, in a moment where she needed her dad's love and support, he was, once again, not there for her. But Lindsay didn't think her dad's behavior had anything to do with exploiting her or benefiting from her pain, but had more to do with him getting back at her mother. Her parents seem to not look out for her, but she always protects them both from fans who think they did a terrible job at parenting. Nobody's perfect. I love my parents. Certain things I would have preferred to be done differently, certain things I would have preferred to be kept within my family, but that's in the past, and I can't take it back. As the teenage star grew up, she fell into the party scene, but this was no innocent fun. She became known around Hollywood for never being on time, and in some instances, not showing up at all. On one of the sets, an exhausted Lohan had to be taken to the hospital because she was extremely dehydrated from the wild night she had the day before. Needless to say, her director was not impressed and issued her a warning letter urging her to change her behavior for the remainder of the filming. She wasn't only ruining her on-screen career, but her theater one too. Besides showing up late for rehearsals of her debut play, Speed the Plow, the actress had to be fed lines for her preview performances. This was after she claimed to be too sick to perform in the first place. Was she so unbothered that she was willing to let her whole team down? Or were the effects of her late nights out catching up with her? Years later, in an interview with Oprah, she reflected on her behavior and took accountability for her poor reputation, admitting to feeling distracted at the time, not appreciating other people's time, but mostly not appreciating her own time.
I was so distracted in the past, too, that I wasn't on point with that, of being on time and that.
And not thinking about other people's time.
Yeah, and not, more than that, not even appreciating my own time, too.
Although she had made a bad name for herself, it caused her to be more mindful in the future. But by the time she had done this self-introspection, it was already too late. The actress had upset too many important people. None of the big shots were looking to cast her, and just like that, she slowly became less successful.
To all the people whose feelings that got hurt by the burn book, I'm really sorry.
With one reputation down, another one arose. Let's just say she wasn't the person you'd want to invite to your house, because once she was gone, your belongings were gone too. Theft allegations started after she was accused of stealing a fur coat from a party and clothes worth thousands of dollars from someone else's closet. But Lindsay denied this, and there wasn't enough to prove otherwise. Until she borrowed jewelry pieces from a designer showroom. When the time came for her to return the jewelry, the star made no appearance. She could have just forgotten to return the items, but she went off to cancel the credit card she had given to be charged if this exact incident were to occur. Her ex-boyfriend even came forward, accusing her of stealing property and belongings worth thousands of dollars. Lindsay found herself in court denying various theft allegations and claiming she was being framed. With the weight of the world on her shoulders and nowhere to turn to, Lindsay took to substance abuse as an escape from her harsh reality. She fell into a rabbit hole of addictions, something she's not really proud of. She regrets not seeking help a lot sooner than she did because it opened her up to her addiction's root cause, her chaotic childhood. Something the actress says she knew for years. She was just running away from the problem because she wasn't ready to face the truth. Lohan went through multiple arrests for driving under the influence and possession of illegal substances. But these arrests were not enough to scare the star to quit. Even worse, she recalled how something as frightening as a car accident should scare anyone to quit. But that's how she knew she was an addict, because her car accident didn't give her a reality check. But something must have eventually woken the star up. Perhaps it was the 12-step rehabilitation treatment that helped her finally decide to take a break and take care of herself. People judge me every single second. It's so easy to just keep going, but sometimes you have to stop. So I disappeared. Taking some much-needed time away from the limelight did the star some good. She made sure to move to a remote place to help her not fall back into her old ways. And Dubai was the perfect hiding place with a law that makes it illegal to have paparazzi.
So are you guys from New York or?
I'm from New York, but I live in Dubai
Right now?
for 3 years.
Oh, yes. So you're
I
from
just
Dubai?
travel a lot.
So you're from Dubai right now?
Yeah.
It's not always easy to stare in the mirror and criticize yourself, but Lindsay must have, because she returned with a whole new attitude and some changes in her life that seem to be doing her some good. Lohan says she's through with her LA lifestyle, her friends included, and is focusing more on her family and what's important to her. And that does not involve romance.
I'm managing my sister, so I want to really focus on me and everything that I have to do in my life. And come back to America and start filming again, which I'm doing something soon in this new year. And just, taking back the life that I've worked so hard for and sharing it with my family and you guys.
She's strictly in work mode, and we can expect a few projects from her, one of them a beauty line. With her reality show, Lindsay's Beach House, the recovering star seems to be making her comeback to our screens and in a good kind of way. In fact, directors seem to be open to casting her again if she can do a complete 360 of her reputation. People do want to hire her, said a director she's worked with. A lot of it's up to her. If she can create a reputation of reliability, and that's her number one problem, she'll have a career because people do like her. And we feel the same way. The child star seems to have grown into a rising phoenix, and we're ready to see her full comeback both on and off screen. As always, we're very eager to see your opinion in the comments section below. And do tell us which topic we should cover next. Behind-the-scenes dramas of your favorite shows? Why did this seemingly perfect couple break up? How come this Hollywood hottie is still alone? Who holds the title of the most fan-friendly celebrity? Make your voice heard, and we at Rumour Juice will make sure that you never get bored. Subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to tell your friends how cool we are.